Hello there, sweet pea. Sorry, got frog in my throat. I was just at the swamps. Come on down to Florida where you can vacation at the sandy beaches, party it up at the sweaty clubs, and take a float in the musty Everglades. And if you get hungry, we got Publix. That's all we got, actually. But pub subs, hey, we love those. Yes, it's true. I live in Florida, and Publix really is one of our only personality traits. Right, Regina? I don't think she knows what a personality trait is. She's like, I see everything all at once with my big eyes. Everything is confusing. I'm taking in too much. But did you know there's a Publix that basically has a food court within it with tons of food stations and different cuisines from around the world? There is. Actually, there's multiple. This is just the one that's closest to me. Well, that's where we're going to today. We are going to a Publix in Tampa, and I'm gonna be eating all this different stuff, including pizza from the pizza station, pasta, because there is also a pasta station. That's a spicy Publix. Asian food, a burrito bowl section with like nachos too as well. Wait, that means the same thing, too and as well. The grammar is not computing. I don't remember anything from homeschool English class. It was on a DVD. I'm sorry if I disappoint you every day. And of course they have things like Publix subs and all that classic good stuff. Oh, plus they have a bar within Publix. It's called Pours because it sounds really modern and cool, right? And I really think it is cool because you don't have to go to Miami Beach to a nightclub to party it up. You can just go to Publix and dance all day with your Publix sub. Oh wow, this beat. Come on, Publix DJ. Oh wow. I'm trying not to choke. I'm gonna be taste testing all the different food stations throughout the day, and I'm gonna give you my brutally honest opinions on everything. You guys know I don't hold back. Just because I'm Floridian does not mean I'm biased towards Publix. Okay, yeah, are you from Milwaukee? I'm sorry. Even though they are so much better than Target. And Kroger, who even is that? I've never met Mr. Kroger in my life. And so much better than Trader Joe's. He keeps trying to trade things with me. I'm like, Trader Joe. No, I don't want your old DS. I don't even play video games. Okay, fine, take him. Just leave me alone. I'm done. Yay, I'm so sick of you too. Never mind, you're staying here, you little brat. Give me your cup of soda. Oh my God, stop. You don't deserve it. Give it to me. You're a big bold monster. Let go. He's on the ground. Sorry, sometimes you're your own worst enemy, right? Now, this location is in Tampa, but I do think there's other Publix locations that have similar stuff. I saw that there was also one in Pad, but it was too far. Anyways, girlies, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me in my whole dainty career. Also subscribe, I make food content. I go to supermarkets, I go on cruises, I go to hotels, and we feast. This location is about an hour away, so go watch an episode of Gilmore Girls. I'll see you right after. By the way, Luke and Lorelai do end up together. And if you did not know that, I'm sorry, but it's been 15 years. You can't be mad about spoilers. Get over it, grow up. How was Gilmore Girls? Were they girls? Right. Did they have more gills than you thought? Were they part fish? What am I saying? What am I saying? Who am I? Where am I? Girlies, we're here at Publix. The drive was good. Oh my God, it scared me so bad. Why am I so jittery? I just started my thyroid medications, so maybe it's having an effect. I do have to take a massive case, as per usual. Oh my gosh, guys, I was so annoyed. When I came into the parking lot, I always follow the arrows. You know, like if a lane says go this way, I go that way. I am not rebellious. I will never try to be different than the other girls just to make a statement. That's not who I am. But someone else very much is like that. This big blue truck came in, monster truck, of course, massive wheels, tiny little dingle hopper. And they came in the wrong way. I was going the correct way. There was not enough space for us to pass each other, barely. So they kind of squeezed into other cars and I had to go around them. It was so scary and it was their fault, and I really want someone to reprimand them, but no one's going to because the world is unfair. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest. My massive pecs feel a little lighter now.
This Publix has a little outside seating area, like a little cafe. Je m'appelle Publix. And I think that's where the Pours bar is. So there's an outside area and an inside area. So it's either drink in a supermarket or melt in the Florida sun with your Pinot Grigio. Now this is the inside of the Publix. It does look kind of normal, but it's much bigger, wider set. mascot. And I found this terrifying mascot for like Doritos, I guess. I've never seen that man in my life. And this is the food court area. We have the sushi section, which also, oh, sorry guys, I am getting used to the zoom on my new phone. Goodness me. They also have some rice bowls and some ramen and poke bowls as well. Tons of sushi as per usual. And this is the burrito, nachos, and bowl section, girlies. As you can see, they have all the same ingredients that Chipotle has, besides E. coli. I'm just joking. Chipotle, I'm joking. Don't get mad at me. That was one time, I know. Grazie. We got the pizza and pasta section. As you can see, the pizza is self-serve. They have multiple flavors. They also have pasta bowls and sandwich melts. And they have tons of pizza and pasta toppings. This is a salad bar. Most Publixes do have a salad bar. Now, they have tons of soups here. Most Publixes have like 5, but this Publix has 9 soups. Guys, Beth from Little Women would go ham here. She would go crazy with these soups, but she can't because guess what? She's in hell. And of course, they have the typical sub area where you can make a sub, all that good stuff. They also have their typical fried section with fried chicken, all little sides, wings, tendies, all that good stuff. Grease. And guys, they have a popcorn section. They did not have any fresh popcorn available at the moment, but they did have tons of bagged popcorn. There were some sweet ones, some specialty flavors, a lot of variety. And they also, of course, have a hot bar, but this hot bar was a lot bigger than Publix's typical hot bars, okay? They had tons of options, mostly Asian food today. And ooh, what is that? Is that a dining area I see on the second floor? How charming. You can take your pub sub, go upstairs, and devour it in the same building. Isn't that nice? And this is the inside of the bar, Pours. As you can see, they also have coffee and tea. Really, is this Publix? I'm shaking. This is the best Publix I've ever seen. Not just the food, like the fresh food area, just the aisles. Everything is so spacious. There's a huge self-checkout. And I surprisingly still feel at home. I'm just like in a mansion now, you know? For my first meal, we are having an Italian feast, which I'm sure is very reminiscent of your Nona Sunday dinner. It looks very authentic. We have a buffalo sweet peach chicken tender pizza, Nona specialty, and also this chicken rigatoni pasta with spinach Alfredo sauce and a slice of good old pepperoni pizza as well.
Before you say anything judgmental, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Yes, I'm drinking soda again. I did quit a few weeks ago, and guess what? I felt a little bit empty, and I don't think any of us should feel that way. So I am drinking 1 soda a day. I used to drink like 3 or 4. Okay, I think that's a lot better. So don't come for me. What was that? What was that? Was that a ghost? Because that wasn't me. I'm a lady. Before we start eating, let's just talk about the cooking process that I witnessed today. I know you're probably thinking, Timmy, do they have a whole like chef's kitchen in the back where they're making pasta fresca rigatoni, you know? I don't think that's the case. So when I ordered my chicken rigatoni with spinach Alfredo sauce, I said, can I get the chicken rigatoni with Jacob? And they were like, we don't have Jacob. That's not a topping that we have. And they were super nice. They started making it. I saw the whole process right in front of my eyeballs. They took some pasta from the back and it looked cold. They put it into this sort of water fryer. That's what it looked like. It looked like they were frying water up in there. It was this like frying vat type of thing, but instead of oil, it was boiling water. And they put the pasta into the net type thing and they dropped it in. And then they chopped up this pre-cooked chicken. They put that onto the pasta and then they put the sauce, and then this generous, kind-hearted man put so much cheese on my pasta without me even asking. He just felt like blessing a stranger today, you know? It was like a huge handful like this, and he was like, blah. And then they put it into the like fiery pizza oven. I was like, okay, it's gonna be real nice and bubbly, which it is, but it did take a while. It probably took like 20 minutes. And one of the guys apologized to me. I was like, it's fine. It's not your fault. And I thought to myself, it's the person that built the oven. It's their fault. They just weren't good enough. So he took it out of the oven and he was like, be careful, it's very hot. And I was like, it's fine. I went to grab it. I was like, oh, so help, it hurt me. And he gave me these napkins to like hold it with. Very thoughtful once again. So love the employees. I'm excited to try this pasta, even though it has multiple pools of grease in different areas. That's the biggest one. It looks like a little oil jacuzzi. But let's first try the pizza because this needs to cool down anyways. So we have some pepperoni. It looks pretty good. They have massive pepperonis. Who's that? You know, I have very complex thoughts about this slice of pizza. I really love the toppings. I think the toppings shine. The pepperoni is thin but crispy, very salty, strong pepperoni flavor. The cheese is salty as well, but it's just kind of like basic cheese. The best thing about this is the tomato sauce. It is so refreshing. It tastes like, you know, when you get the canned diced tomatoes from that fancy brand, I think it's called like San Francisco. No, San Marinara. I don't speak Italian, but those are those fancy good tomatoes. You know, they have a very bright flavor. These taste like those tomatoes just kind of like pulverized and maybe sweetened a little bit of sugar, some Italian seasonings, but still just mainly just a good fresh tomato flavor. And that works so well. My main complaint here is the crust. And I'm not blaming the employees. They cooked it perfectly, as you can see. I'm blaming the man that made the dough. Some people call him the dough boy. Some people think he's a myth. I've seen him on the Pillsbury commercial, so I know he's real and he's terrifying. And I'm not gonna tickle your belly. That's very weird. This to me tastes like focaccia, but like dried up. You know how like focaccias are very fluffy and moist and they have like an olive oil on them sometimes some little basil sprinkle. This one does not have any of that. It does have the airy bubbles, and that's what makes it similar to a focaccia, and it does have the crunchy outer coating, but it's missing moisture, it's missing flavor, so I'm not into that at all. But I really do love the toppings. I think they're fantastic. And those pepperonis were mighty big, so I hope my big toe doesn't turn even wider. A lot of you don't know this, but I did have the gout once. I ate 60 turkey pepperonis because I was on a diet and they were low calorie. So I was like, perfect snack throughout the day. Eat as many as you want. Wrong. It turns out you can have too much joy. And that's what happened that day. I woke up in the middle of the night. My big toe was huge, red, like a massive San Antonio tomato from the can. Anyways, I'm gonna give that pizza a 4 out of 10. Let's try this next pizza. This is interesting. I was gonna try just one slice of pizza, but this is such a different flavor that it's gonna be a whole different experience. And it might send me to a different multiverse. This is the buffalo sweet peach chicken tender with pickles and ranch pizza. Let's see. Oh my God! That pizza is everything. Everything. It's incredible. The chicken tenders have soaked that peach sauce right into their breading. It is giving kind of like sweet, slightly spicy chicken wing. The peach sauce is a little fruity, and so is the YouTuber you are watching currently, but it's not too sweet. It doesn't taste like a peach jam. It tastes much more almost like a habanero type of wing sauce. I love that. And then the pickles, I think, are bread and butter pickles, and they really add an extra crunch, a different texture, and more sweetness and more tanginess. The ranch adds a creaminess, and honestly, the toppings are so good that the crust did not bother me this time. Is it the same crust as the focaccia? Yes, it is. It's that same bubbly, dry desert floor, but it totally worked here. 10 out of 10. I'm slayed, I'm gooped. Now it's time for the pasta. Move, pizza. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese, a lot of oil. What is going on? Is that mashed potato? What is that? Ah! Wait, is this gnocchi? I'm confused. I think it's gnocchis. And I think they've all kind of gotten stuck together and formed one cakey layer underneath the sauce. This is giving upside down shepherd's pie. This is giving Vecna's shepherd's pie. And he's a terrible cook. Okay, let's just see. I thought it was gonna be rigatoni. Tony, what'd you do? Correct me if I'm wrong, but rigatoni is the one that is like a tube that's like, that's my impression of rigatoni. I feel like it's really riveting. Meryl couldn't do that. Meryl could be spaghetti. She could be like, whoa, I'm spaghetti. She can't be rigatoni. And so let's just try it, okay. Oh! Oh my goodness. I don't care what the hell kind of pasta that is. I really don't. That is incredible. That tastes like fancy Italian restaurant quality food. I did not expect that. I mean, I did expect to spit. I'm always spitting like a llama, but I did not expect this to be this good. I'm pretty sure that's a layer of gnocchi underneath, and I'm happy it's gnocchi. Honestly, rigatoni couldn't deliver this flavor. The gnocchis are very soft. They are kind of burnt on the bottom, so like they have like a crust to them, which is very, very appreciated. The chicken is not as processed and trashy as I thought it would be. When I saw them just chopping up a cold pre-made piece of chicken, I was like, oh, it's gonna taste like a memory foam pillow. I can rest my head on it, but I can't enjoy it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. It tastes like a real piece of chicken. Not the most flavorful chicken ever, but stringy and kind of moist, and it does have a charred flavor to it. And then the sauce itself is very creamy. It isn't just your typical like basic jarred Alfredo. It has a strong, sharp, cheesy flavor, and the spinach adds a little something extra. There's a slight pesto basil flavor in there as well, but it's not the main star. The creaminess is. I love it. I love it. Besides the oil and the nastiness in the visuals, I'm gonna give it it a 9.5 out of 10. Extremely strong. I'm shook. I think I'm gonna probably take some breaks between meals and go to Target. There's a Target right there, and just like walk around while I digest a bit.
For my next meal, we are having Asian food. I got this barbecue beef bowl, and I also got this chicken spicy ramen as well, and I'm eating it in the dining area. Look at that view. It's just breathtaking. It's prettier than the Grand Canyon itself.
Girlies, my heart is so touched right now. Look at this gorgeous ramen care package I got. It looks like an edible arrangement, and I couldn't be more grateful. I love how it's wrapped up so neatly. I love it. I have never seen food packaged this way besides Harry and David. Harry and David, they're such a nice couple. They package their food so nicely. Let's first try this barbecue beef rice bowl. It just has white rice, a barbecue sauce, some beef that was cooked in the toaster oven. When they make meat here, they just put it into the same oven where they toast the sandwiches. I'm not mad at that. As long as it tastes good, who cares? Let's try it. I'm nervous. I got the shivers. Look, it's on my arm, it's on my armpit. I got chills everywhere. Let's try some of the rice with the sauce without the meat. I'm trying to make myself like it, but girlies, I have to be who I am. I hate it so much. I want it out of my face right now. I do like the rice. The rice tastes like classic restaurant rice. The sauce is not bad. It is sweet. It has a classic like Asian barbecue sauce flavor, and it's a bit tangy. I do wish it was a bit smokier. It's not smoky at all. And the sauce does have a slight yeast flavor. Not like the infection, but more so like bread. Like something about this tastes like the crust from a processed loaf of bread, which is interesting to me. That's not a compliment, that's for sure, but I wouldn't say it's a diss either. It's just matter of fact. I think matter of fact has kind of become my new favorite phrase. I've been saying it a lot recently. For so long, my favorite word was hyperbolic because it made me feel smart and also dramatic. But matter of fact is like, girl, I'm a serious person. I like to talk like a serious person. I like to look like a serious person. See? Exactly. You've never seen someone so serious. Now the beef is my least favorite part. My least favorite part. It isn't that it tastes totally disgusting, but there is an element of ick. It gave me the ick. A lot of people have met the ick. The ones that have know to stay away from it. The ones that haven't are like, what is that? What? It tastes kind of like beef and broccoli beef, but there's an extra gooiness and an extra chewiness. And both of those things are working together to create
one massive ick experience.
There's also kind of a stale flavor to the meat slightly. So it's like beef and broccoli gone wrong. So I'm gonna have to give this, oh my God, I'm so sorry, a 3 out of 10. I don't like it. I don't like it. I will take it home to Alejandro. Okay, so this is the ramen care package right here. We have the actual hot broth, and then we have the noodles with all the toppings. I love that. So it's kind of like a DIY moment. I have to pour it myself. You know, I don't like working hard, but when the opportunity comes to work hard, I'm like, you know what? Let's make the best of this. So that's what we're gonna do today. We have some chili flakes. She was like, do you want it spicy? I was like, yeah. And she popped this into the container. I said, oh, Mamacita knows me. Okay, let's just add all of it. And the juices. Ooh, guys. Oh yeah, I chose spicy tonkatsu. So I don't know what that entails, what that really means, but it sounds delicious from a syllable perspective. My sister tried this ramen recently and she was like, oh my gosh, papito. She calls me papito because we're half Cuban, you know, it's part of our lingo. And she was like, I just tried ramen at Publix. It was the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, I'm salivating telling you about it right now. Can you tell we're siblings and also bestest friends? And so I'm excited to report back. I hope she was right, because if she wasn't, I will disown her. I'm just kidding. She's everything to me. Let's try it. Oh my God, she was right. I knew she was a true sister. Egg. Chicken. That's where the happiness ends. Let's just avoid that and keep eating. Let me get the negativity out of the way, because I don't want my sister to feel hurt any longer than she has to. And maybe she needs to hear this. The chicken is really terrible. I loathe it entirely, like the Grinch. I rebuke it.
Go back to hell, demon.
Oh my gosh, I think someone saw me giving my chicken an exorcism. It tastes real. Don't get me wrong with that. It does not taste like certa. But the issue is that it tastes like it's either been overcooked or something. It's very rubbery. That's what I'm trying to get at. Honestly, genuinely, it has zero flavor. It doesn't even taste like chicken. It tastes like what I imagine outer space air to taste like. And there's no air in outer space, so it tastes like nothing. But everything else is incredible. And let me tell you, the corn is crunchy. The chili flakes added the perfect level of spice. My mouth isn't singeing, but my lips are. And it kind of makes me feel like Kylie Jenner after she gets them plumped, you know? And I feel glamorous right now. That's a good thing. The noodles taste like classic ramen noodles. The best thing about this is the broth. The broth is heavenly. It tastes like creamy and rich. And it almost tastes like roasted chicken with like heavy cream or so. I don't know how to describe it, but it's incredible. And it's a tiny bit sweet. It is the best broth I've ever had, I think, honestly. But I haven't had a lot of ramen. Let me be honest. I'm uncultured. I'm an uncultured swine. But out of the few I've had, Publix has the best broth. Who would have thought? And so overall, I think it's perfection. Besides the chicken, I might still give it an 8 out of 10 because it's fantastic. I have to tell my sister, you were right, and we can continue to support each other and continue to be close. And I'm grateful for that. Do I get to take this home? Look at that. It could be a hat. I could re-gift it. I could put some Ghirardelli squares in there. Maybe give it as a Christmas gift at a Christmas party. I go to a lot of Christmas parties around that time of year. So I've got a lot of coworkers. Me, myself, and also I.
For my third meal, I got some chicken tacos, and I also got some shredded beef nachos with tons of drippy, ooey gooey queso sauce.
Oh my gosh, girlies. The lady that made all this for me was just the sweetest person ever. She was a diva. Divas recognize divas, you know? And as she was making my tacos, she put the sour cream that I asked for onto them. And one of the sour cream blobs started falling off the edge here. And she literally caught it with her finger, but it was in a glove, so it's fine. She caught it with her finger and she was like, oh my goodness. And she put it back and she was like, I didn't want that to fall. And I said, me neither. Thank you. I was honestly very grateful because it was very courteous. Like she could have let it kind of plop, but she didn't. Also, I'm kind of regretting my choices right now because I got very similar items, nachos and tacos. They both have tortilla crunchiness within them. I could have gotten like a burrito or something, but I wasn't thinking in the moment, and I'm not perfect. I know. I know. As a world-renowned influencer, you're like, there's no way he could make a mistake. But here I am. At least I got chicken here and got beef here, so we're gonna try both meats. Okay, let's first try the chicken tacos. She put lots of guac. She squirted it on. You see that? It was like a squeezed packet. Let's see. So I don't hate them, but as you can tell, I'm visibly disappointed. I feel like a mother that just found out that her daughter eats quinoa. Oh, so pretentious. What's next? You're moving to LA. You know what the chicken tastes like? It tastes like when you want to have taco night. So you get the little packet of taco mix and all that stuff, but you want to make it healthier because you're on a new fitness journey, right? And so you take the taco mix, but you mix it with chicken instead of beef. And you think, oh, it's going to taste just as good. It doesn't taste just as good. And it gives it almost this like emptiness and this kind of like watered down flavor. That's a little disappointing. I will say the chicken does have a real texture. It's nice and shredded. Just like, you know, when I do my guitar solos, I shred away. I also don't like the guacamole at all. It tastes so processed. And listen, I like a processed guacamole. I like the holy guacamole, but this is like off-brand processed guacamole, if that makes sense. This is not holy. It's actually quite evil, but I do like sour cream. I do like the cheese. I do like the tomatoes, and I do like the shell. Not terrible, but I would not get again, at least not with this meat. It is time for the nachos. Oh, also, these nachos do have queso on them, like queso sauce. See that? It's underneath the cheese, and it looks very thick, almost like whipped cream or something. Imagine if Chipotle starts to serve whipped queso. I wouldn't be surprised. They already serve grainy queso. Just make another variant, you know? Let's get some beef, some queso, a jalapeno, a chip. I'm so proud to be half Cuban. Even though Cubans have nothing to do with nachos, I'm still very proud. Slap my nacho and call me puppy or mommy, whatever you want. I'm so grateful that I don't live near here because I would be here every day. I would be forced to have my own TLC show called My Strange Crispy Addiction. And you would just see me trying not to eat the nachos. You would see me being fed a Brussels sprout and going, these are incredible. And when I say incredible, I don't mean they're the highest quality, most flavorful nachos ever, but they're good trash. You guys know, I've explained that multiple times on my channel. When something is good trash, it could be processed, it could be cheap, it could be kind of basic, but it could still be so delicious, and that's good trash. That's good hefty. I'm obsessed with the queso. This queso is the creamiest queso I've ever had. Honestly, it tastes more like cream than it does cheese, and somehow that works, but there's still a sharp cheesiness in there. It's just mostly creaminess. That is the main focal point, you know? And recently I've been struggling with quesos because certain quesos taste like Velveeta. About maybe 2 years ago, I decided to make homemade nachos. I thought, oh, I can do this, you know, I'm half Latina, I know how to chop up a brick, and Velveeta is a brick of cheese, so I was like, I can do this. Anyways, I made the Velveeta, I put some ground beef, I think like 4 blocks of Velveeta. It was a lot. It was too many. I could have built a cheese house with those bricks. I melted it all down, and I kind of meal prepped it. Who meal preps Velveeta nachos? Me! Anyways, it gave me the worst diarrhea of my life for a full week. And it was one of the worst weeks of my life. And ever since, I can't taste Velveeta and not feel disgusted, you know? So I'm just grateful this tastes nothing like Velveeta. It tastes much fresher. The shredded beef tastes like the shredded beef in a frozen taquito. I love frozen taquitos. It's kind of like soft and it's not super flavorful, but it just tastes like pure basic beef. And with the tortilla chips, it gives it even more of a taquito flavor. So I really love these. The fresh toppings went so well with the queso and the meat and all that stuff. Just delicious. Honestly, 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend. So this Publix has a lot of good stuff, guys. I'm getting very full and it's getting close to dinner time, so I am gonna get one final meal and we'll taste test it in the car, okay?
For dessert, I got an acai bowl from the bar, and I also got this Oreo specialty popcorn.
I know this isn't really a meal, but once I got up after eating the nachos and the tacos, I realized I was very full. I'm bloated. And I could just feel the sodium from the tacos combining with the sodium from the ramen, combining with the sodium from the massive gout pepperonis. And I just could tell that if I ate any more salty food, I could bloat so big I may float away. And I know a lot of you would be sad about that if I went to the upper atmosphere and I never came back, but a few of you would be happy. And I do not want to give you that satisfaction. So I decided to stop with the salt for a second and just get some sweets. So I got the acai bowl from the bar. You know what's interesting? They sell acai at the bar. Like, what? I have never heard of a bar that sells that. Bars sell beer, you know, martinis, but they never sell acai. I think this should be like a normal thing because I don't like to drink. So if I go to a bar, I could be like, give me another acai. Make it a double berry. And I got this cookies and cream specialty popcorn. So excited. Oh, girlies, this is the perfect ending to the perfect day. I met 2 of you. These 2 Publix employees came up to me and they were so nice. And they're like, we watch your videos. We love you so much. You're so funny. I was like, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. In all seriousness, I was very awkward, but they were wonderful. And I was extremely cringe, but they were so fantastic to talk to. And it was actually such a great moment. So I'm excited. After this, I am going home, but I am ending the day with a wonderful memory. Let's try this gourmet popcorn. Ooh, I'm not ready. That is very simple, but very nice. Very nice. Have I ever told you guys about the time that I accidentally farted on Demi Lovato? I still don't know if I did or not. I'm not trolling. This is a true story. I used to be a massive Demi fan. I still really like her. And I went to one of her concerts and I bought the meet and greet. It was like $400. I was like, this is totally worth it. I get to meet Demi. And I think I was like maybe 18, 19. I was very sassy. I had just exited my closet of despair and I was living it up. I was much more socially out there for some reason. And I had this plan. I was like, I'm going to ask Demi to take a very different kind of photo. I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of bend over and I'm gonna ask her just to like point at my badonkadonk and be like, whoa, and I'll be like, ha. And somehow I was so confident that I actually asked her to do it. And like, she was like, sure, why not? She was super nice about it. And we took the picture and I left and I was like, that went great. And then about 10 minutes later, Demi tweeted, I have to find the tweet. Demi tweeted and she literally said this, just finished a meet and greet. Someone legitimately got nervous and farted on me. I guess there's a first time for everything, right? But the gag is, I don't remember farting. So unless if it seeped out sneakily, then it wasn't me. But the fact that I did that pose makes me think that it was me. Because like, what are the odds? It was 10 minutes after. I was like, did I fart on her? What just happened? And I'm not joking. I know I joke a lot on this channel. I'm so crazy and sarcastic and you can't take me anywhere, but this is the 100% truth. And I just felt like telling you because it's been on my mind recently. I was like, wow, how did that topic come up? This popcorn popcorn is good, okay? But the issue is it really does just taste like plain popcorn and plain Oreos. I'm not tasting anything that's kind of like sticking it all together, if that makes sense. There's no like caramels or icings or anything. It's just crumbs of Oreos with plain popcorn. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm not shook to my core. So I'm gonna give it a 4. Last but not least, acai. Now, I know I've eaten a lot of trash today, but this is genuinely gonna delete all of that because it has vitamins, minerals, and it's just gonna cleanse me, kind of like a Flintstone vitamin. It's that nutritious. And you get 3 toppings. I chose bananas, raspberries, and chocolate chips. Look at that hairy raspberry. My gosh, it looks like a raspberry sack, okay. I'm living, I'm laughing, and I think I'm loving. Oh my. The freshness. Okay, this is great. The fruit is so fresh, and that's what people say when I get out of the shower. The chocolate chips add some richness, and the acai itself is not like amazing. It's just acai, but it tastes like, you know what I mean? Like it's never that great, but it tastes like high quality acai. It is icy yet still smooth. It's good. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I had a great day eating Publix with you. I'm really glad I came here. I got to try all the food I've always wanted to try, and it was so much fun. So if you watch this whole thing, you're that girl. Shh, you're my favorite. Shh. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. I love you so much. Oh, I'm too full. Beth from Little Women. Is this how she felt after she drank all that chicken noodle soup?